Hello, my crafty friends. It's me, Lisa, your DIY diva, and I am definitely in the mood for a little bit of fall creativity. So I've got another pumpkin video for you today. I'm going to show you how you can take Dollar Tree pumpkins. Yes, these are both Dollar Tree pumpkins, and how you can update them a little bit or add a little bit of something extra to make them extra special for your holiday decorating this year. So this year I decided to just repurpose some of the pumpkins that I've had in the past, and I actually had this silver pumpkin in a video from a couple of years ago. But what I want to do is I want to give some dimension to these pumpkins, and while I could use stickers, I thought it would be more fun to see what kind of pumpkin I can create using my hot glue gun. So I'm just taking my hot glue gun and I'm going to put different patterns on each of these pumpkins. Now, I was inspired to do this because I saw something, I think it was on Pinterest, and they had these really pretty pumpkins that had all of these different hot glue designs. And I thought, you know what? It can't be that hard. Let's give this a try. And the pumpkin I'm using, this did come from Dollar Tree a couple of years ago. It was like an iridescent pumpkin that I painted on this silver paint. The paint is supposed to give it a mirror finish, which it kind of did, but that paint was really expensive and I didn't want to not use the pumpkin. So I thought, you know what, let's repurpose it. And because it's a plastic pumpkin, I was pretty confident that putting the hot glue on top of it wasn't going to melt. Now, I've used hot glue on other projects, especially when it comes to the pool noodles. I would not recommend using hot glue on the pool noodles because it definitely will melt. But plastic pumpkins, they are a-okay for hot glue. So I'm just going to work my way around this pumpkin and put these designs in different places. I do like to turn the pumpkin from time to time to make sure I don't have too many designs on one side and then nothing on the other. I want to try to keep the little patterns balanced all around the pumpkin. And once I was done with the larger pumpkin, then I came back with the smaller Dollar Tree pumpkin and did the same thing. And I wanted to show you this because you can do this on different size pumpkins and then have some really pretty little tiny accent ones and then maybe some larger pumpkins to have in your fall displays. And depending on how gifted you are with a glue gun, you might be able to make some really fun and intricate patterns. I was just trying to keep it simple and just basically doing like a swirl of the hot glue on each of the pumpkins. It made it a lot easier. So here is what the hot glue looks like when it's all nice and cooled down on the pumpkin. So what I'm going to do is take some chalk paint and I'm going to just put a layer of that paint all over the pumpkin. So this is white, but you could do any color that you wanted to. But white kind of goes with everything, right? Well, at least it does in my decorating. So each of the pumpkins got a coat of the white chalk paint. It's been my experience that chalk paint works better with projects like this, especially if you're putting it onto, let's say, a Dollar Tree pumpkin, because it has a little bit more body and a little bit more oomph to it. I don't know how else to explain it, but then you're not going to see as much of that styrofoam texture or whatever the texture is of these less expensive pumpkins. And on the first coat of paint, I did have to kind of pounce the paint a little bit to make sure that I got it completely around all of those raised edges of the hot glue. And once I was done with the smaller pumpkin, then I came back and covered up the larger pumpkin. Now with this pumpkin, it definitely has a different surface because it's plastic. This is another reason that the chalk paint works really well. I've used acrylic paint to do this in the past, and unfortunately sometimes that can literally flake off the pumpkins. I've never had that happen when I've used chalk paint. And the chalk paint that I'm using is by Dixie Belle, and this is in the color Cotton. Now once my paint was completely dry, I let it actually dry overnight. Then I came back with my pumpkins, and I'm going to put one more coat of paint on it, but I'm not just going to put paint. So I have the chalk paint, but I've also mixed in some Mod Podge. I'm not sure why, but the Mod Podge helps to even everything out, and it actually makes it so that the paint really adheres very well to different types of materials. So either the plastic or the styrofoam, the Mod Podge works really well when it's added into a little bit of the paint. That's why I have the paint that is in that little container, which is actually a Dollar Tree like dish, one of their acrylic dishes. But my goal is to get this paint as smooth as I can, and the Mod Podge works really well for this. So once I had the smaller pumpkin done, then I came back and did the same thing to the larger pumpkin. Again, this is the plastic pumpkin, but I still get that nice smooth finish because of the Mod Podge mixed in with the chalk paint. I seem to get a fuller and more complete coverage when I do this on projects. Is it right? Is it wrong? You know, honestly, I don't know, but it works for me. Now I made sure to give the second coat of the chalk paint / Mod Podge mixture plenty of time to dry. And this is what it looks like when it is all dry. So now I want to paint the pumpkin stem on each of my pumpkins. And I want it to be really like a brilliant gold. I want it to look like real gold. So I have this paint that I got from Hobby Lobby, and this is a gold gilding paint. Now it is, I think it's an oil-based paint, so I don't have any mineral spirits, so I'm gonna have to like get rid of my paint brushes that I'm using because I can't get the paint completely out of the brush. But this gold is just so beautiful without having to use the foil for the gilding. So now I'm just going to paint the pumpkin stems. And you can see that I have the pumpkin on a base. That way I can spin it around and keep working around the stem without touching the pumpkin or, you know, inadvertently getting some gold paint on something, because I always get paint on my fingers. As you can see, I've got paint on my fingers right now. But by having my project on a base that I can spin around, it makes it a lot easier. And then when I'm done painting it, I can take it off of my craft table and put it someplace to dry, and then I can start working on another project without worrying that I'm going to damage the paint job. And just like the first pumpkin, the smaller pumpkin, I'm going to repeat the same steps. I'm just going to use that gold gilding paint, and I'm going to paint the entire pumpkin stem with the gold paint. And this paint is really nice. It's not necessarily thick, but it does have really good coverage. I'm assuming that's because it's an oil-based paint. It definitely has a very strong odor. So if you're going to use this, I would recommend doing it in a very well-ventilated area or just having your window open in your craft room. It does dry really quickly though, which was definitely a plus. Now this pumpkin stem is kind of a curly-Q one, but I wanted to make sure I got on the underneath side as well. So I just very carefully turned the pumpkin and made sure to get all parts of the stem so I could paint it gold. By doing that part first and then coming back and painting like the top portion of the stem, then there's less possibility that I'm going to get that gold paint all over the pumpkin or my own fingers. And once that gold gilding paint had dried, these are the pumpkins. This is how they turned out. I think they are so pretty. They were really easy to do, and I really like them. They're pretty simple. The design is very simple, but that white and then the raised surface and then the gold against it, I think it definitely elevates the look of each of these pumpkins. And I'm really excited to use them in my fall decorating this year. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed crafting with me today as much as I loved sharing this project with you. And just like I always say, crafting isn't about saving money. It's the projects that you create. It's the creativity that you are able to bring to each of your projects. And it's actually relaxing too. Now, if today's video inspired you, please hit that subscribe button because I've got a lot more pumpkins that I want to share with you, and I don't want you to miss out on any of the fun. Remember, crafting isn't about how much money you spend. It's about the love and creativity that you put into each and every project that you create. Until next time, stay crafty and keep creating.